Hi Aquarius, welcome to your October 2017 Astro Tarot forecast. My name is Charlotte from CHAstrology.com, and this month we have two moons that are kind of precarious. There's going to be a lot of tension in the month of October as we try to really sort through some of our legal, travel, academic, and communication barriers within our lives. The full moon, the harvest moon, takes place October the 5th at 12 degrees of Aries, and this is going to square Pluto. So it's going to really bring about some hidden enemies, perhaps even some secrets forward that are going to cause tension. There's an underlying sense of just feeling like you may feel hopeless. I feel like around that first week of October, perhaps from the end of September into October. And then the new moon, October the 19th, is another doozy. It's going to be at 26 degrees of Libra. It's going to be right with Jupiter there, but it is going to oppose Uranus in Aries. And so this is really going to bring about a lot of tension in communication for you, and especially in handling legal matters or transportation matters, academic related matters also, or media or publishing. You're really going to be feeling the heat this month and a lot of frustration for everyone, a lot of smoldering anger. Aquarius, to me, rules the sign of the people. Traditional astrologers may disagree, but I'm telling you, it works out great if you use Aquarius as a traditional ruler or a backdrop for the people or the public. And I feel like the month of October is really going to bring a lot of battles, especially related to foreign related matters, related to politics. You're going to see a lot of stuff go across your TV screen, your social media. It is going to be a lot of arguments, especially with these two moons taking place in Aries and Libra, and both of them, one squaring Pluto and the other opposing Uranus. Now the great news is that October 11th, Jupiter is finally moving into Scorpio. Now Jupiter, as you may or may not know, is the planet of luck and abundance and expansion. And for Aquarius, this is going to mean a lot of expansion and abundance for your career sector, for your public voice, for the way that the public views you even. And a lot of people are going to really be making steps to further their career, to further their voice even within society. And for you, if you've been looking for a job, if you've been trying to really plant the seeds in a career field, I know a lot of you have gone back to school there with Jupiter and Libra, and a lot of you even over the last 5 or 6 years have really been working on new opportunities for career, especially with Uranus in Aries, and finding a new voice in certain areas. So this is really, the month of October could act as a platform for you. Now when Jupiter does move into a new sign, it does make it a little bit uncomfortable for us. So you're going to have to learn how to deal with yourself, being in the public eye, and yourself being in a new career field. Think back to about 2004, 2005, I believe, and that is the last time when Jupiter entered into Scorpio. What did you begin to do then? How did you begin to place yourself publicly at that time? How did people begin to see you? Were you uncomfortable as you had to move into a new career field? That same energy is going to come back for you now in the month of October, which is probably going to be a big blessing. It's going to trine your house of health and work and service in Cancer, and it's also going to trine the sign of Pisces, which is going to allow you to bring more money and influence and abundance into your life also. So it may be a little bit of a shake up there in October as you begin to gain your footing and gain some traction in that area. But at first I feel like there's a lot of communication stuff, especially stuff related to matter and legal stuff and transportation. All these things, contracts, all of these things have to be worked out for you, Aquarius. Exciting, but there's going to be tension and blocks that you're going to have to work through. Now I laid the oracles out here to determine the underlying emotional factors, and I also have the Sibyllus laid out, doing this a little bit differently this month. I am going to keep the characters and events that I see in the Sibyllus in mind as I read the cards, and I'm going to go back and of course clarify with the tarot here. So the first thing that I see is that some of you may have lost hope in a situation. You may feel like your ego is down a bit. Some of you may have thought that you were going to perhaps gain a position that you didn't get, or there was something you thought that you were going to make headway with, or like you were going to be, someone was going to see you in a certain light and it didn't quite work out that way. I feel like there's something suddenly that comes up here. There's something here that's being highlighted suddenly, and there may be a lot of anger. I feel like there is going to be a lot of fire and anger that is going to drive you. It's going to drive you forward. Probably even by that October 5th full moon there in Aries. I feel like it's going to be something that maybe you weren't expecting necessarily, and I mean it just really lights a fire underneath you to get things done. And probably by October the 19th you're beginning to change the way that you see things, and you're also going to feel like you're going to be successful in one matter, especially perhaps even related to relationship situations. I feel like there's some sort of underlying thing here, underlying spirit field activity, if that makes sense, where spirit is guiding you, like despite everything that's happening to you right now, it seems like a lot of chaos and tension, but spirit is guiding you towards a relationship and perhaps even letting go of one relationship here. I think for some of you, this is definitely a situation where you're having to take more family responsibility. It may not necessarily be the family responsibility that you want to take care of. I do feel like there are enemies here, especially involved with the birth of children, or there's something here where someone is pretending to be excited about the birth of a child and they are not necessarily. Also, I feel like there could be an enemy arising, perhaps even a male related to a child. I feel like you're going to feel like celebrating this event, but there's something there that's dampening the celebration. It's not allowing. There's a hidden person there, I feel like, that is not as happy as they seem, or perhaps you just aren't as happy. Maybe you're coming to terms with being a parent or a grandparent. If you're having postpartum depression, make sure that you do seek help for that. But I feel like in the first week of September, this situation that comes forward could involve a Leo. This could be someone who has decided to change their mind and go after something that you were not expecting. I'm going to lay the tarot out now to really try to get a handle on what is going on here. So I feel like the truth is going to come out. You're going to have sort of this like debate or a conversation with someone that's going to allow you to come out of this depression or anxiety you've been feeling. It's like you've been waiting for this situation to happen, and then all of a sudden it's happening, and it's almost a relief. Like, okay, yeah, I've been wanting this to happen. Let's face this head on, and let's get this over with, because I just cannot take any more. That is the sense that I get here. I feel like if you are waiting on a love relationship, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer. This could be, with an older past, someone who's broken your heart in the past. I feel like there is another person perhaps involved. High Priestess is here. She says, look and listen. I have an elevated message for you. I feel like everything right now is about money. Finances are very important here. I feel like you're being guided, though, towards this, picture of success with home and family. And I feel like that is what you feel like you have a reason to celebrate here. Some of you are definitely celebrating a pregnancy here with the 9 of Cups and the Child card. I feel like there could be a change, though, related to this matter that has you a little bit anxious. There's something here that is changing that you did not quite expect. Could involve a Leo, could involve a larger sum of money here or a payout. For some of you, let's see why you're feeling all of this anger. Especially you female Aquarians, I feel like you are just upside down with anger. Your nerves are just kind of shot in a situation, and you are collecting data, because I feel like there is an offer that you are wanting to make in a love relationship, or perhaps even with a new home here. But you're doing a lot of communicating. What is this communication about? Okay, the security of home and family. Yeah, I feel like there are decisions being made by a mothering energy or someone who is pregnant. This could be something that relates to someone being pregnant. I hope that none of you are dealing here with a miscarriage in the family. So protect, if you have someone pregnant in your family, protect the baby, protect them. I certainly see some disruptions here related to that matter. So I don't know if someone is coming up here, and because it seems to be a lot of things related to money and lawyers even. Like something is being offered here, but it's like someone may not be taking you up on the offer. Nevertheless, let's see, why is this Ace of Pentacles here? There's victory over money matters this month. There's victory to be had. There's success to be had. I feel like you have to use this money wisely. You certainly do not want to tell lies about this money. Watch for other people telling lies about money to you, but I feel like you're going to really reach for, perhaps even legally, with some of these matters related to money. This is definitely money that's going to affect those of you in long-term committed relationships. For some of you, this involves Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn children. This could be the one that's pregnant, or perhaps this is you pregnant with a child, or your wish is perhaps to gain custody of a child. There's some sort of abundance here related with children. Perhaps some of you are not wanting a child to come into the home. This could be a stepchild or something like that. Some sort of situation where you are hesitant to let someone back in because of financial issues that you've had in the past. I feel like there's a situation involving a love relationship in your vision and goal. It does involve a past relationship. For some of you, this is about children again also. Some of you may have a visitor within the home, an older woman that you are taking care of. But I feel like some of you are looking back to past relationships and you're really wanting to take off with these relationships. You're wanting to get to the truth of the matter. And I feel like there are just some disappointments here. But I feel like whatever has been deceptive in the past is going to come forward in truth. And I feel like some of you have Leo females that you have to contend with. I feel like others of you, this is older females. Could be grandparents within the home, something like that, that you're also dealing with at the same time. So keep that in mind. Yeah, so for some of you, this is like you wanted to celebrate a child and you're not able to celebrate the child in the way that you wanted to, perhaps even with your marriage. Like there's someone is just putting a damper on the celebratory mood that you are in. And you're feeling like because of financial obstacles and people who are causing conflict in relationships, especially in regard to home and family security, that you're not able to really move forward in that area. I feel like you're dealing with a lot of responsibilities with home and family, perhaps even with older females here, and monies that have been worked hard for in financial security. Those are at stake here. The Three of Swords is overturned here. This tells me that this is a prolonged agony in love here with a hanged man. Within a relationship, like someone's not moving forward fast enough, or they are involved with a fire sign. And I feel like this is something that, perhaps there's a financial situation that you're waiting on. Yeah, it seems like there's not enough money to get this relationship off the ground. For those of you in third-party relationships, this could be you in a marriage wanting to move on to someone else, and you've got all these other things going on around you in the marriage. And you're just feeling like this is never going to work out. And it may take some time. It's like, you don't want the end of a relationship. I feel like Aquarius, I'm thinking about the Aquarius and Leo eclipses that are still hammering in on all of us, and it's going to come back in January and February. I think this is going to take some time to let go of whatever relationship this is that you need to let go of. It's sad for some of you, but I don't think a lot of you are willing to put up with sneaking around. You've just been disappointed in relationships, and you can't seem to get everything off the ground. It just feels like it's just not going to go anywhere. I think some of you will end up in divorce. I think some of you are already in divorces, and you've kind of been going back and forth trying to figure out if that's exactly what you need to do. But I feel like there is going to be another battle coming up. Probably headed into November. Keep in mind that this is a symbol that requires us to let go of what we need to let go of. But I feel like if there are also situations involving court, especially related to monies and financial security, especially for females, and you're having to perhaps travel. Maybe this is related to children and child support. I feel like that battle and letting go process is going to affect your marriage. I do feel like it can be successful. Let me look at the final outcome here for this situation in the Tower. So I feel like there has got to be a meeting of the minds. You've got to come together with your partner to rectify this situation. And I feel like this battle could go on into November. So keep your feet on the ground, Aquarius. And children are always something to be celebrated. Protect those around you with child. If you are a child, rest. You know, tomorrow is another day. Worry about these things a little bit later. I do feel like your financial security is up for grabs, though. And you're going to have to protect that at all costs. And, you know, understand that taking care of other people and making sacrifices for our family, when we're not able just to go out and go after what we want and to get the partner we want to reflect who we are, because that's all a part of our ego. That's all going to be part of life. So understand that that's going to come up, and it's all part of life. Death, change, it's all part of life. And so everything happens for a reason. I truly believe that with all my heart. And I think in October, this is about you, you know, realizing too that you are going to have to put yourself forward into society and be, you know, more public in some way. You're going to have to go over your own career and get your own financial security. I think these things are going to start to wither all around you, and you're going to realize that you cannot garner financial support, wisdom, and emotional stability from one person. If you are codependent in a codependent relationship, you're going to have to get those things for yourself, and you're going to have to find a way that you can feel purposeful and that you can move forward in life and where you can be successful. And Jupiter is here to facilitate that from the month of October forward. So take advantage. So I wish you guys the best in the month of October, and I'll see you next month in November. Hey guys, thank you so much for your views on my CH Astrology channel. I enjoy talking with all of you, chatting with all of you. I've enjoyed doing all the private readings with you. I have been just inundated with readings and have got caught up just a little bit. So I wanted to remind you to take advantage of that through the holiday season. $45 for 45 minutes, private YouTube reading. Only you have that link. You can ask me up to 3 questions. You can add any information like your sun sign, your lover's sun sign. You can ask, you know, about lunar events, what's going to happen at this new moon or this full moon, if you want a more astrological influence in the reading. My readings do project to about 6 months. I'll leave them up on my YouTube channel for about 6 months, so you can take advantage of downloading them through your own personal resources. But again, thank you so much for your support of my channel, and I look forward to seeing you, talking with you soon.